Hi guys, it's Javen back for another show. It's been like a few weeks. I've not been. I don't know if you can tell by my voice. My voice sounds a lot better now, but I've been very ill recently. My whole family's been ill. My mom and my brother. Yeah, and they're still not 100% even now. So yeah, I've obviously got caught with the same thing. To be fair, I was sniffling before anyway. Before then, I just returned to the gym yesterday for a very light session, and I just felt physically like just horrible, man. Like just awful. Like trying to eat up and still been eating good foods, but yeah, just like terrible. I mean, like the first I had like a whole headache. I mean, I was bedridden, like a headache. I had mad cough. The cold was there. I lost my appetite. I remember for 3 days I wasn't even eating properly. I mean, I had like one meal for the whole day. Tried to eat something the next day. I ended up wasting the food. Just awful. Yeah. And to the point, and then also there's a time when I was like dropping, like, you know, the ones, bro, if anyone knows, being sick is one of the worst things in the world. Like, you know, the ones where like, you know the ones when you go to like to the toilet and you're throwing up, and it's one of the ones where it literally drops you to the floor because you can't physically stand up. You're just like helplessly just like sitting on the toilet, sitting down. Basically, bro, it's the worst, man. But yeah, and top off with that, not only that, more bad luck. My computer, all of a sudden my keyboard doesn't work. All of a sudden, I was in Apple the other day, and they found nothing wrong with my actual computer. But it's just like, they're just saying that they can't explain why it's happened. It's just randomly stopped working. They said it's in very good condition, my computer. Obviously, I'm someone that looks after my things. But yeah, just one thing after the other. I'm not feeling Christmassy at all as well. It's the 8th of December. Yeah. But anyway, guys, please like this video and hit the subscribe button for me, please. On 85 subscribers, I want to get to 100. I tried to get to 100. I want to get to 100 by the end of the year. If that could, but now it's just as much as possible now. Yeah, but I thought I'd make this video. So what I want to talk to you today about is there's some controversy around an ex-football player and Premier League footballer called Joey Barton, who is a very quite a very controversial figure anyway, even prior to this. So he's come under fire recently for tweets he's made, and he's he's been interviewed by Piers Morgan on his Piers Morgan Uncensored show. He's brought in, Piers also like interviewed him along with other women as well that have been in the like football media industry as well, and we'll go into that objectively as possible. So Joey Barton's come under like scrutiny for tweeting things. So he started off basically, I think the first thing was I got the tweet. There was this like influencer. So this girl, I don't know much about this girl. So this girl was, I think she was vlogging a match or something, and then she is doing social commentary online. I don't think she's anyone necessarily yet, or she may be, I don't know, but he's obviously seen that, and he's replied, I mean, look at this nonsense. You give them a effing inch. Was going to use the hashtag get them out, but note that will be taken out of context. Then he's got out the stadiums and off the concourses with the influencers, F nonsense. Men, surely enough is enough, question mark. Someone's got to say something or it won't ever end. Dot, laughing emoji, and hashtag get what's it? Jerem out, something like that. I don't know what they're trying to say. And then also that's caused a lot of backlash. Laura Woods, I think, got onto him on Twitter as well, which now known as X. She said stuff. I'm not gonna go into. I can't remember exactly all the stuff she was saying, but I'm gonna read more tweets. So he also said, Of course, a load of ex-top players can't get a gig because the TV companies have quotas to fill and boxes to tick. The experience thrown on the landfill to accommodate the woke. Only way they will change if it hits them in the pocket. That only happens when the men decide to switch off. Millions mute the TVs, and that's for some of the men. TV must be going out the window if you get a double dose of XX on the comms team for your next big match. Another tweet he says is, stand by everything I've said on women's commenting on and co-comments on the men's football. Like me talking about knitting or netball, way out of my comfort zone. Some of the men are bad enough. We have gone too far. You cannot watch a game now without hearing the nonsense. Any man who says otherwise is an absolute fart parcel. Okay. Then he makes another comment. He says, any man who listens to women's commentary or co-coms needs their head testing. Hashtag stick to your own game. And he also says this. So this is not in any particular order, by the way. But he's tweeting at the same time, basically, like minutes apart. He says, women shouldn't be talking with any kind of authority in the men's game. Come on, let's be serious. It's a complete different game. If you don't accept that, we will always see things differently. The women's game is thriving, fantastic to see. I cannot take a thing they say serious in the men's arena. Hashtag, what's it? Namasti? I don't know. Or Name Masti. So obviously now he's gone on to Piers Morgan. He's gone to Piers Morgan's show. And he's saying, but then I actually watched his interview, right? And I just think that, I was thinking, this guy is just absolutely, he's just waffling. Like, he was basically saying things like, the women's game is fantastic. He's basically saying that, it's like, he's tweeted all those things, right, on Twitter, X, right, social media. Then, when he was interviewed on the show, it's like he was trying to, like, downplay and dumb down everything he was tweeting. Like, it was something completely different. He was saying things like, oh, yeah, the women, they should be there on merit. It should be earned. It shouldn't just be given to them just because to tick a box. But what the arguments were saying that, well, they did. A lot of them had to go through. They studied journalism and football kind of together, sport journalism together at like universities. They had to go to get the degrees. They had to work hard, and then they got it. And he's like saying, well, he was also saying then like but the women is the game is different. And then Piers Morgan and like one of the ex Sky Sports presenters by the name of Bianca Westwood, which quite rightly so, she says that the game is exactly the same game. And to be honest, it's true. The game is the same. Like the rules are the same. It's the same offside rule. You still got to score. The team that scores the most amount of goals in 90 minutes wins the football match. Do you know what I'm saying? Like handball's the same. Like all these things. Like the rules are literally the same. The only difference is the gender that plays it. So yes, you got a men's football and women's football, but that's only to do with gender, for obvious reasons. Everything else, like the rules, regulations, are all literally the same game. So it is a very like for like crossover. But then he was trying to say like, but then he was clutching at straws because he was then saying like, oh, but no, the pace of the game is different. He started saying something about the velocity of the tackles. I was like, this guy. I was creasing. I was thinking, this guy's just chatting absolute pony, man. I was like, man, just admit that you've got a problem. You see women as inferior, man. Like, you don't like women talking about. Because when you're saying like, he's saying on one hand, oh, it's got to be there on merit, but then he's also saying that, oh, women shouldn't comment on the men's game because they haven't played in the velocity. But anyone that knows about football, someone like me that's played football my life, someone that watches football, someone that loves football, someone that's played football competitively as well, like, but not professionally obviously, but like even like our professional divisions. Like if you take the Premier League and then you go down the pyramid of the English football pyramid, the pace this is amongst men, right? the game is different. The game's played at a different speed anyway, though. So it's the game. The Premier League is a faster pace. When you talk about time on the ball and everything, that is different. And also in different countries as well. Like Italy is a slower league. France and the Prem are more physical anyway. That's amongst men. So him saying that, he's just talking out his bum. Like, if I'm honest, it's poo what's coming out of his mouth. Like, he's just not. He's got an agenda clearly. Then he starts to downplay. It's just like going on these tangents about, oh, I've got a daughter, and I'm like, yeah. So he's got a daughter, and yeah, the women's game is fantastic. But then you're saying that when you're saying you can't take them seriously, you're basically saying they don't understand the game. But there's a lot of male pundits that talk absolute rubbish, though. Like ex-players, and also when you're saying get there on merit as well. This one I didn't understand about him, right? If you know football, a lot of players that are in punditry roles, they don't actually get it because they actually done media courses. You could argue that they would have to do more. Like a lot of them just literally stop playing the game, and then one of them, these media companies, Sky or something, BT, they hit them up and say, yo, when I say you're not playing football no more, do you want to come in just to talk about your opinion on this game? And that's literally how they get in. A lot of them, it's not because they studied or had to go through the run. A lot of them are incompetent. They talk absolute rubbish. Generally, this is the very reason why you now have this new landscape of like, I don't want to say influencers, but you could say some of them are influenced, but some of them like the YouTube landscape, because a lot of them give a lot more well-informed speak. A lot of these players just talk absolute nonsense. Like even some of them that were good players, they just talk rubbish, right? So him saying that was just a load of garbage, man. I was like, man, just admit, bro, you don't like women talk about football. And him saying that they haven't played the men's game, but then there's men coaches coaching the women's team. There's men pundits in the women's game. So if by that logic, yeah, that means that there should be no male pundits on the women playing the game because they didn't play with females, even though the rules and regulations are the same, and they shouldn't be coaching. They should be coaching the women. Him talking about Emma Hayes and what's the England women's manager? I can't say her name. I know her name, but I'm not going to pronounce it right. But yeah, the woman with the glasses, was top coach. You bigging them up does not deflect or detract from what you were saying, mate. Like, we know they're coaching in the women's game. You also posted stick to your own game, so it's no good. You can big them up all you want and say, oh yeah, fantastic coaches, but they're in the women's game. But then you've got male coaches like Phil Neville. He coached the England women's team. He's not played with women, so what, does he not know what he's talking about? So I mean, bro, just admit that you're a bigot and you've got an agenda against women talking about football. Like Alex, they talked about Alex Scott, who's an ex-Arsenal player, England international, won trophies, and he went to university to study the media and all that kind of stuff. She's a good pundit. It's better than some of the guys. So like, yeah, man, he's just talking rubbish, but he's just not like, yeah, man, he's just talking a load of garbage, man. Talking about being there on merit, it's the best. I got no. Then he was just saying like, oh, if they're there, I got no problem about it, man. He's just contradicting himself, man. Like he's just contradicting himself. What else he? You see him saying like me talking about knitting or netball, like way out of my comfort zone. Yeah, but you haven't played. If you haven't, but I'm assuming he's not played netball or knitting. He doesn't do knitting, and he hasn't played netball. Because even though netball is stereotypically a women's sport, I actually like netball. I actually played as a guy. How I got into it? Well, when I was in school, I did in year 11. I did a sport. One of my GCSEs or BTECs or level 2s was sport in year 11, and one of the sports we had to play was we had to play netball. and I thought it was calm. So even if there was a group of men playing netball and women, the rules and regulations are the same, generally. So yeah, it makes no sense, man. You just yeah, man. But we know about Barton anyway, though. Yeah, shouldn't be talking about any kind of authority in the men's game. Can't let's be serious. It's a complete different game. It's not a complete different game. He's making it very personal as well. I couldn't believe it. But then Barton family, they got previous form, man. You know, you got your evil brother who's a racist murderer, killing a guy for reason, man. They got form anyway, and him doing bad things as well. So yeah, I don't expect anything less. But yeah, man, that's not a conversation anyway. But yeah, like I'm just thinking to myself, man, he's just trying to get out of it, man. He's like, he's got an agenda. I'd rather you just said, listen, yeah, I don't like women playing. Just stick to, if you want to tweet something out there, yeah, because just say, yeah, I said all them things and that kind of stuff. Don't try and pretend you're not, man. Oh, it's got to be there on merit. But then we proved that they were there on merit. Then you change the goalpost. Then it's all about the velocity of the tackles. Bro, I've played football, yeah, and I've been tackled, and I'm a guy, and there's been times, obviously generally men and women do not play football together, but the odd time this happens, I've been tackled by a woman before and it hurt. Like when the tackle's gone wrong. So you saying, oh, you've been tackled by a full grown man. Yeah. Yeah. It's just stupidness. But anyway, I thought I was going to give a better review. Probably a bit still not feeling 100%, but yeah, like I'm kind of going all over the place. But you guys get my point. But yeah, anyway, I think it's an L, and I think yeah, he should just. But then again, we just know what it is. I'd rather you just own what you're saying, man. But stop pretending that you're not, man. It's like them racist people saying that, oh, I'm not racist, yeah, blah blah blah. They're downplaying it, and I started waffling. I was listening to it, I'm thinking, you're just waffling, just being a spin artist, like just. I'm not thinking, man, like, you're just distracting to the point. But anyway, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment your opinions, please.